this video, we're going to be talking about what I think might just be the best email validation tool on the market right now. And I'm also going to be talking about how email validation works and how you can get the most out of the lead list that you're scraping to make sure that your emails aren't bouncing and that your email accounts are not landing in the spam folder whenever you're sending out all those cold emails. If you don't know who I am, by the way, my name is Matt Lucero. I run a cold email lead generation agency. We send a little over 200,000 emails per month and work with about 25 clients. So I know a thing or two about cold email. If you want to check out our agency, you can check the link in the description below. But without further ado, let's dive in. I'm going to walk you through Listmint's platform, and I'm also going to be talking about how list validation works. All right, so diving in. So talking about email validation. So basically, when you are running a cold email campaign or any sort of email marketing campaign, you want to make sure that your bounce rate is as low as possible. So you get an email bounce whenever you send an email account to someone that doesn't exist. So if I send an email to Johnny@google.com and Johnny left the company, and our email provider or wherever we source the data from, we got that email and it was 6 months old, we're going to send an email out. He's not going to exist. It's going to reject the email, and it's going to not only lower our email reputation, but also just waste the email sends we're using. You might only have infrastructure to send 500 emails a day, and so that's an email you lost that you could have sent to someone who's more relevant. So basically, you need to validate your leads. Now, what most email validation tools do is they ping the email server for whoever you're reaching out to. This is typically an SMTP server, and then it'll either return as good, risky, or bad. So whenever the emails return as good, this is pretty straightforward. These are emails that you can reach out to and you will not have any bounces. You're going to have like a very, very low percent chance that you're going to get a bounce. And bad emails are emails that you obviously shouldn't email because they don't exist. Risky emails are basically emails where the ping couldn't determine whether or not the email exists or not, and you either run the risk of emailing these people and then getting 5, 10, 20% bounces, or you can throw these away and then you basically lost your data. So it's kind of a lose-lose either way. You basically lost these emails, or you're going to take a reputation hit for trying to email these guys. And I'll show an example of what this looks like. So this is Million Verifier. They're a normal email validation tool. I use them to validate emails, and you can see this is one of the outputs I got here. So I uploaded a list of 40, 50,000 emails. 35,000 came back as valid, which is 72%. 4% of them came back as invalid, so I'm not going to email them. That basically saved a 4% bounce rate that I could have gotten. And then there's 24% of the emails, which is 11,000 emails that I had to pay for from a data provider that came back as risky. And so the problem is here is now I have these 11,000 emails that fit the target market of the people I'm reaching out to, but I can't reach out to them because I'm running the risk of basically having a high bounce rate. So maybe 10% of the people in this bounce, which will make the overall reputation of my email accounts go down, which I don't want to do, but I also don't want to throw away these emails. So basically you have a conundrum here. And so this is where listmint.io comes in. And so if we take a look at their homepage here, you can see their headline is verify all your emails, even your catch-alls, get everything out of your lead list. So if we go back to Million Verifier, you can see we uploaded 45,000 leads-ish, probably closer to 50,000 leads. And we lost out 2,000, which, we really can't do anything about because those emails don't exist. But we lost out 11,000 leads that we really can't email because we're running the risk of bouncing them. And so what Listmint does is it allows you to validate not only emails the normal way, but also your catch-all emails. So main value proposition here is that you can validate your catch-all emails through this platform, which most other platforms on the market are unable to do. So I'm going to walk through and show you what that looks like. So if we jump into Listmint's platform here, you can see these are some lists I validated. There's a bunch more here that got deleted over time, but you can see what you can do. It works like basically any other validation tool. I'm going to upload a lead list here. All right, so I dragged and dropped a lead list in, and you can see here, this is the same lead list I just uploaded in the past, just doing this for demo purposes. But basically when you upload this lead list, all I have to do is press verify, and you can see here they have standard credits here where I can validate the emails through SMTP normally. And if I press verify here, then it will go ahead and verify them like any other platform. Now where Listmint is different is that it has these catch-all credits here. So you can see there's standard credits. These are cheaper. This is basically the normal SMTP validation, but then there's also catch-all credits, which I have about 6,000 here, which I can validate the catch-all emails with. And so you might be wondering, how do they do that? Essentially how it works is with all these other tools that are doing this SMTP validation, they're basically using a server, doing a ping to another server, and then they're getting the result. Listmint, what they end up doing is they actually send out actual emails to all these accounts with their own email accounts. So they are using their own email reputation and basically having all these burner email accounts where they can send out these emails and then they get the result back and they can validate it. That's just one of the algorithms. I talked to the founder and they have another validation method that they use to also extract even more emails without directly emailing them. So they basically have a couple algorithms that can allow you to not only validate your emails the normal way, but also use catch-all verification. So you can see here, if we press verify, we can use our standard credits here, and then we can also check this box here and automatically verify catch-alls. So it's going to go ahead, start loading and verifying the standard emails. And in the meantime, once these are completed, it will take these emails and then validate the catch-alls. So you can see here, this is an old lead list I had for one of the campaigns I'm running here. You can see, unlike Million Verifier here, for example, where you have 72% valid, 24% risky, and then 4% bad, you have just valid and invalid. So I can know, okay, all these 800 people, we can't email them because their email account doesn't exist. And then these 3,300 people we can reach out directly to an email. And then you can see here, this is the same lead list I uploaded prior, but you can see here, it also gives you the results right away from the SMTP validation. So you can see valid, invalid, and catch-all. And then while this is loading, it is doing the catch-all verification. So the catch-all verification, it's a manual process. And basically it takes 48 to 72 hours for the results to actually come back. So that's why you can get the immediate results and then wait for all the catch-alls to get validated in the meantime. So basically a really useful platform. And as you can see here, I wish I actually had the previous results, but I think roughly of these invalid leads, half of them were catch-all. So basically we took, I don't know, call it, I think it was 1,200 emails that were catch-all prior to them being valid. So we took these 1,200 emails, extracted the 800 of them that were valid, and then took those 400 emails that were previously marked as catch-all and we would have gotten bounces from, and it marked them properly as invalid. So now all we have, super simple lead list. We have these 3,300 emails that we can email, and then we have these 885 emails that we can't email. Super simple. Don't have to waste data on stuff that we shouldn't be reaching out to. So now talking about pricing for Listmint's platform. So you can see here, they have a couple different plans, a $99 a month plan, a $200 a month plan, and then an enterprise plan that's custom. Personally, for probably most people watching this, if you do the starter plan, unless you're sending out more than 20,000 or you're reaching out to more than 20,000 people a month, this is going to get you covered. And then if you want to do more high scale stuff, you can do the agency plan or the enterprise plan. And I think they can negotiate out. So if you want only catch-all verification, they can do that for you too. But I think it's really useful. And what Listmint is the only platform that I'm aware of that does both types of validation. So there's tools that just do catch-all validation and there's tools that just do SMTP validation. Listmint basically does both of them at once. So that's what's unique about the platform, and that's why I'm using it moving forward and why it's a really useful platform if you're trying to do a lot of email outreach and you want to make sure you're really squeezing the most out of the emails that you're reaching out to. So that's it for this video. If you want to use Listmint, check out the first link in the description below. I also have a discount code that I was able to work out with the founder. So if you check the link in the description below and you sign up and you use code Matt inside the checkout box, you will get 10% off the platform. So if you want to check it out, use code Matt, you get 10% off. Also, if you want to watch other videos on the channel, learn a little bit more about email outreach, you can check out the other videos. And if you want to work with me and my agency, you can press one of the links in the description below and apply to work with us if you want us to handle all the lead generation outreach for you. So appreciate you guys watching the video and take care.